us on the phone line. Ambassador Gore, thank you for speaking to India today. It's a big moment, and I'm looking at, so give us the details. So the deal has been inked. Prime Minister Modi just 30 seconds back has said that he's delighted that Made in India products will now have a reduced tariff of 18%. Big thanks to President Trump on behalf of 1.4 billion people of India for this wonderful announcement.
Yes, hi, good evening. It's a pleasure to join you on India Today. And I see some of my friends, including Rohit, on air with you tonight. As you have stated, the president just concluded a very successful phone call with Prime Minister Modi. Since I arrived in India a month ago, I have repeated many times that the president considers the prime minister a true friend. And I mean that. And that is the reason this deal got done so fast, and we've been able to move things along in an incredible direction. I've often said that India and the United States have limitless potential, and that is because of the leadership of President Trump and Prime Minister Modi. So we're very happy. We're thrilled with this deal. There's so many things ahead between our two countries, but tonight it's a great evening for both nations.
Ambassador Gore, some more details here. When two large economies and the world's largest democracies work together, that's what Prime Minister Modi is saying. It benefits our people and unlocks immense opportunities. This was a deal which has taken a lot of time, but finally it appears that both sides have agreed on most of the points here.
No, look, you're 100% right. This is a complex deal. As you mentioned, India is one of the most important and one of the largest economies. This is not a small country. To put it in perspective, the deal with the European Union took almost 20 years. So in the grand scale of things, this is not that long. But we're thrilled that we're able to get to this successful result. The Prime Minister has incredible leadership. The President truly considers him a dear friend. He actually extended an invite for him this evening to visit India once again. The President recalled his fond memories of visiting India the last time. And so that's something, when the President came back into office, he had a great relationship that was built upon previous years. And that relationship carried over many years, and it's something that will continue leading ahead.
Ambassador Gore, just continue to be with us. Rohit has a question, and so does Raj Chingappa here in our studios.
Ambassador Gore, thank you so much for doing this. I was going to ask you about that visit, that obviously is something that President Trump wanted to take. Just out of curiosity, what are the next steps? We know EAM Jaishankar is in Washington, D.C. There's going to be that announcement on critical minerals. What else is on the cards? I mean, we've obviously not talked about Quad. Is Quad coming back in your conversations?
Look, Quad never went anywhere, right? I mean, Quad, the first thing that Secretary Rubio did upon assuming office, an hour after Secretary Rubio walked into the State Department, the first thing he did was have a Quad meeting. So definitely they'll be re-engaged. We have a lot of big things. We don't want to announce too much tonight because we already had some big announcements tonight. And for everybody watching, Rohit was the first person that I gave an interview to from the Indian media in Washington, D.C. So I'll never forget that, Rohit.
Thank you, sir. I mean, obviously, thank you so much for doing this. And I'll let somebody else ask you.
I just have a quick question, Ambassador Gore, if you don't mind. Raj Chingappa here. Congratulations, firstly, Ambassador Gore, for pulling this off within weeks of you taking over.
I didn't do anything. All the work was done by President Trump and Prime Minister Modi.
And it was good to see President Trump tweet the, or to put in Truth Social, the India Today cover, and clearly he seemed to have liked the cover. But my question,
one thing I'll share with the viewers that I think I told you, Raj. I ran into Raj at the Republic Day reception that Her Excellency the President hosted, and I ran into Raj and I told him, I went to a meeting and I saw the most incredible cover, and I took a picture and I sent it to the President. Little did I know that he would be posting it online. I would have gotten a better picture of it, not as crumpled. And I appreciated you sent me some brand new copies recently of it. So those are actually in the mail to the White House.
Thank you so much for that. I'm glad the President liked it, and thank you for having it sent to him. Ambassador Gore, my question is just a little clarification. We were debating about the fact that while this is great news that the tariffs have come down from 25% to 18%, what we were looking really was the Russian oil punitive tariff that President Trump had imposed on India Has that gone as well? There doesn't seem much clarity in the tweet, I mean, in Truth Social or from what the Prime Minister Modi says. Are we
No,
clear that
the
we are
final
down
number-
to
the
18%
final
or are we
number
at
is
43% at the moment with the Russian tariffs?
No, the final number is 18, and as the president indicated, assuming that the trend continues down on the purchase of Russian oil, the number will be 18. And I know that the prime minister deeply cares about peace in Ukraine also, and so there was never any doubt that anything to do to bring peace to this area, and this was not targeted at India. This is something the president did across the globe and pushed a lot of people to stop funding this war. We wanna bring peace to this very troubled region, and we know that the prime minister supports those efforts.
May I just clarify that again? Are you saying that the punitive Russian tariffs have been removed or will be removed gradually? Just that clarification.
The final number will be 18, and whether that takes an hour or 2 days, there's technicalities that need to be worked out and paperwork that needs to be signed, but the number will be 18.
Thank you.
Okay, Ambassador Gore, what should we be
I
expecting?
appreciate joining you guys. Thank you so much for having me on tonight.
All right, Ambassador Sergio Gore, U.S. Ambassador to India, thank you for joining us and sharing your views and thoughts and how and what went behind the scenes in, inking this deal.